Hello everyone and welcome back to Rayman 3 HD on the Xbox 360. I'm One Sheep yet again, and today, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be continuing onwards with the rest of the Land of the Living Dead. And I don't recall if I'm going to be finishing it off in this part, but we shall see, shall we? We shall all see. Now, as we can tell quite clearly, the way to head on past this stage is blocked completely by this massive gate, and there's no way. There is literally no way we can get through this gate. So what do we do, boss? You might be asking. Well, we simply grab the punchy punch power that we acquired from defeating those enemies and run all the way down this extra cavern. And also be careful, because there will be enemies trying to ambush you, as you would expect throughout the course of it. And that thing there, that giant tower pillar of light, not only looks stunning, because look at it, that's beautiful. I don't care who you are, that looks beautiful. That's basically our main goal. We are going to be traversing this tower of light. And even though it looks like it's just a bunch of transparent staircases from right now, trust me, there are actually two sides to this giant tower that we are going to see. What do I mean there's two sides? Because it just looks like one big thing right now, doesn't it? Well, you will see, ladies and gentlemen. You will all see, and you will all love it. But of course, before we start traversing that giant tower, we obviously, MacGuffins and collectibles are absolutely required to be collected, aren't they? Seriously, I love collectibles in my games. Well, I say that. I love collectibles in my games that aren't Assassin's Creed, which, let's face it, goes absolutely bonkers with collectibles the Assassin's Creed series has. It's, I don't know. I like collectibles being in the games, in games, but I don't like it to the point. I don't like it when it gets to the point where they ruin a game, you know, folks. Obviously, this doesn't count instances where an entire game is based around collectibles, like for example Banjo-Kazooie or Donkey Kong 64, because then you just know, okay, it's a collectible game. It's based around collectibles, so. But, you know, if it's an action game and you have to collect X, Y, Z many items to complete 100%, I'm never usually too fond of it, because I think of action game and I just think of action, don't I? Action games, stuff like Metal Gear Rising or Halo or pretty much everything done by Platinum Games. But I digress. Anyway, now that we get to this tower, there was a little puzzle that I sort of completely ignored, but we need to push a switch which will allow a bunch of platforms to rise up from the ground. Once we've done that, we'll then be able to use the swingy swing power in order to traverse this gigantic staircase of light. And honestly, I like this. As I said when we were outside of this tower, I love the way this thing looks. It looks stunning. It looks beautiful. And to be honest, the second phase of this tower I'm not too fond of in terms of graphics, because it looks rather boring in comparison. But it does look quite nice. But now that we're at the top, let's free the Teensy and meet him downstairs, as he so aptly asks. And don't worry, you can just jump off the tower. As long as you use your hover at the last minute, you won't take fall damage. I like it when games give you options to not take fall damage if you jump from a large height. Like Mario 64, for example, you know, I think that's more of a glitch than anything else. You can stop in mid-air and just do a ground pound. And one of the things I love doing in Mario 64 is jumping up from a massive height, like say, the top of the castle, you know, top of Princess Peach's castle. And as I'm about to hit the ground, I'll use the ground pound and defy gravity entirely. Now, for some reason, but there's a weird graphical effect on the Xbox 360 version of the game where the screen goes really dark. I think that's just that might just be an issue with the 360 version, because I don't remember that being in the GameCube version at all. And truth be told, I can't be bothered to look up the GameCube version right now, because that involves getting my GameCube all set up, and that's too much work, considering I'm not recording anything on the GameCube for a while. So if anyone actually knows if that little glitch thing is part of the 360 version or not. Like, you can see it right now, those dust clouds, they just, there we go, it just turns black for some reason. If anyone knows if that happened in the original version of the game or not, let me know, please, because I'm quite curious. No big deal if you can't be bothered to look up yourself though, because let's face it, I can't be bothered. Why should you be bothered, you know, ladies and gentlemen? I love the soundtrack when you're carrying a plum, by the way. I have to be perfectly honest. It just sounds so interesting. I don't know what it sounds like, really. I just love the sound effect of it. Like, whatever instrument they used, it just sounds amazing. It's just like this. Wow, wow, wow. Wow, wow, wow. I don't know. It just sounds neat. What can I say? But anyway, freeing that teensy will allow us to have access to a massive portal, which will allow us to teleport. Nice teleport way, man. God forbid electrical beast ever did an LP of this game. It will allow us to enter the giant Tower of Light. If we enter the giant Tower of Light, or the Spirit Tower, if you will, through that gigantic portal, well, things are going to look a little bit teensy-weensy different. Like I said, there's two sides to this gigantic light tower. And we're about to see the second side, which is... While the main outside version looks like a standard... It just looks like stairs. The internal version is literally rooms and stairs. What do you expect? Like some sort of game-breaking secret? If we did, you're... I don't know how you expected that. But anyway, as how these hoodlums got into this gigantic tower is absolutely beyond me, considering the fact that we needed the teensies' help to get inside this tower. Can the hoodlums just teleport? You know, actually, I say that as a question, but chances are that's more than likely the case, considering they are appearing literally everywhere. And whenever we do kill each of these hoodlums, they do sort of vaporize and transform into like normal black lumps. So, screw it. The hoodlums can teleport. I am going with that. I know some hoodlums can teleport because they're the enemy types, but I'm just going to say all of them can teleport and they're just too stupid to realize, oh, I can use this while fighting Rayman, because it's just more humorous to me personally. But anyway, when we enter this room by here, we want to leave the center of the room alone. Because, well, not only will there be a magician Mook in the center of the room, there is an enemy by here that will give us a power-up. And of course, we want to use this power-up that he drops in order to gain access to the items. And I accidentally picked one up, which is annoying. I hate when I do that. Like, I want to deliberately leave collectibles alone so I can get bigger bonus points later on, and I accidentally run up to it and pick it up. I hate when I do that. I almost did it again! Christ, I'm an idiot. But there we go, we grabbed our rocket power up, which means time to shoot it through the tiny crevice. Ah, Luke Skywalker would love us right now because we did it our first time. The Force is truly with us. But yeah, seriously, this is all this entire tower is. We're just going up the floors, fighting mooks on each level. And eventually we'll reach the very, very top of the tower, what can I say? Which again, I'm not too fond of this tower. It's nowhere near as interesting as the standard light thing. Like, maybe if they went to the light aesthetic that the original portion of this tower went with, but sort of made everything outside the tower look transparent or something, or... I don't know, I just think they could have made this look and seem like a bit more interesting. Because as an idea, this is an absolutely amazing idea. It just... feels like they could have done more to make it seem a bit, just a little bit more interesting, you know? Of course, what do I know? I'm not a game developer. The most I've ever done involving games is make sprites for an RPG that isn't even in alpha. Well, yeah, it's not even in alpha yet, so yeah, I haven't really done much in terms of making stuff for games. But I digress. Anyway, moving all the way up to the top of this tower using this Donkey Kong-esque platforming sequence. Seriously, it's just Donkey Kong. We're gonna be greeted with more mooks! Oh, what a surprise! Who saw that coming? I certainly didn't. And of course, using our swingy swing power, we are able to electrocute the magician, which means quick and effective death to him, which I always love. Alright, there we go. What am I doing? Just free the teensies. A bit harder. There we go. Hey guys! Sorry it took so long. Had to deal with hoodlums and they were fiends, needless to say. But the result of freeing all these TNCs, as you can quite clearly see on the screen, is they will shoot thunderbolts and attack all of the hoodlums, allowing us to progress to the next area a bit safer. And my major question right now is, also inside the TNC chamber is another shoe that we need to chase down. Now, one of the major things I want to ask, if the TNC ghosts can shoot lightning bolts, how in the hell did they get captured by the hoodlums? Seriously, they could just group up together and suddenly, you shall not pass, bzzz, and annihilate all of the hoodlums. How did they get captured? I want to know this information. This information is detrimental to my enjoyment of this game. Obviously, I'm talking out of my arse right now, but seriously, that does kind of bug me a little bit. Like, how did they get captured? What? I don't understand how the hoodlums had the capability to capture the TNC ghosts. I mean, for one, it's bad enough they're ghosts and they got captured, but they're ghosts that can shoot bloody lightning bolts. These guys should be hired by the Ghostbusters, or make up their own ghostbusting firm, because the Ghostbusters would be out of the job if these guys were on the streets of New York. I'm telling you that much. But anyway, we basically need to use the shoe power up in order to reach the the first floor of this building again, because unfortunately there is no way to get back down because everything was it was locked away behind tiny doors, which basically means it was impossible normally. But there we go. We beat up our shoe yet again because he's withholding a power-ups from us. That's a bad shoe. I told you not to do that. And yeah. Let's head on back to the main entranceway of this particular stage and open up the gateway to head to the next part of the LP, shall we? Because I believe we're heading really close to the end of the Land of the Living Dead now, if I recall correctly. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed our stay, because it's not going to be much longer here. But we do have a new enemy type, ladies and gentlemen, to deal with first. This is the Heavy Mook. I don't know what he's called, I'm calling him a Heavy Mook. And as you can tell, he has body armor on the front of him, and he has like a machine gun cannon sort of shindig. Now, to destroy this Mook, you will need to grab the Punchy Punch power-up and charge up your punch to maximum capabilities. Once you are fully charged, let off the punch, and will shoot off his armor. When his armor is shoot it off. When he's vulnerable, punch him multiple times and it will do massive damage, and just rinse and repeat. Whenever you run low on energy as well, just grab another Punchy Punch refill. And these enemy mooks, I like fighting them, but they're not really a threat in any way, shape or form. But they are kind of neat enemies, so I kind of dig that. Why the fireworks? He wasn't that particular hard a mook to beat. But then again, I guess it was because it was the first time we were fighting him, so I don't know. But anyway, our reward for beating the Heavy Mook there is that we got access to a rocket power-up in this area, so we can just use this rocket in order to shoot out the gate and opening up, which is all fine and dandy. Very easy to miss out on where that rocket power-up is, by the way, if you don't know where to go. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that's it for this part. Thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. Don't be sheepish, people. Until next time, we will be finishing off the Land of the Living Dead and hopefully sorting out Glowbox once and for all. So yeah, thanks for watching. Hope you all enjoyed. Don't be sheepish, people. I'll catch you all then. Bye!